Hey gang, it's JC, and this is your Daily Dose for Monday, April 19th, 2010. If you want to see some of the old episodes, hit the menu bar right above my head, and you can see some of the previous episodes. This is a cooperative effort with Mind Active in Brentwood, and big things are coming to this site. Lots of innovations, lots of expanding of the site. We've got some really cool stuff saved up for you that we're going to be unveiling here in the next weeks and months. Everybody's still talking about the big 20-inning game on Saturday night. Go ahead, put 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see how many "that game was so long" jokes we can get into 20 seconds, okay? On your mark, get set, go. That game was so long, a new generation of iPhone came out. That game was so long, someone at the stadium said, hey, you got to wrap this up. We have to set up for the Eagles' Dixie Chicks concert. That game was so long, Larry King got 3 more divorces. That game was so long, Bill DeWitt started suggesting it might be time for a new stadium. All right, that's enough. By the way, who was the idiot at MoDOT who shut down the 11th Street exit off Highway 40 the first week of the baseball season? Just asking. All right, for years, you've been hearing stories about how crummy the Philadelphia fans are. It doesn't matter what sport, but especially baseball. I mean, they've been known to throw batteries at the outfielders, car batteries. Okay, so the other night, this guy by the name of Matthew Clemens, just outside Philadelphia, he gets into a little tussle with some fans from the other city, whoever the Phillies are playing. And one of them is a 15-year-old girl, the other one's an 11-year-old girl, and then their father, it turns out, is an off-duty cop. I'm going to cut to the chase on this, okay? There was some pushing and shoving, some bad words, and then some spitting, and then the Philadelphia fan said, you know what, I'm going to take this to a new level. And so he takes his fingers and shoves them down his throat, and he pukes all over the kids and the father. Quote, it was the most vile, disgusting thing I've ever seen, and I've been a cop for 20 years, and that's in Philadelphia. So the next time you're having problems at Busch Stadium, it could always be worse. Another sports story, sort of. The mayor of the town where Ben Roethlisberger, the Pittsburgh quarterback, where he allegedly raped that woman, hopes that tourism will increase now. Quote, anything that can draw interest to our town and make people want to visit, well, we'd like that. That's Mayor Richard Bentley. Gosh, I wonder when he's up for re-election, huh? Did you catch a sexually transmitted disease over the weekend? JC has an inquiring mind. According to the latest stats from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 1 in 5 Americans has herpes, including 23% of women and 11% of men. And around 1 in 5 men have the human papillomavirus, that HPV thing, and so do 1 of 4 women, including 44% of women in their early 20s. It goes on. Maybe you think you can dodge a bullet by having a friend with benefits, but according to a study earlier this month, those friends with benefits things are actually more dangerous than they seem because, number one, people in those friends with benefits relationships tend to be sexually involved with more than just one person. And when people do the nasty with a friend, they tend to trust the other person doesn't have an STD, so they become more careless. Happy Monday, everybody. Best looking woman in America. Who is she? Well, it depends on who you talk to. So Esquire magazine talked to 10,000 women, sort of like Ray Hartman at the Lilith Fair. Okay, so Esquire magazine talks to 10,000 women, and they say, who's the best looking woman in America? And a runaway with Christina Hendricks, the chick from Mad Men. This is a very, very busty, sort of almost Zoptic woman, sort of a reddish hair, really good looking, but I'm sort of surprised that she won. And by the way, the same ladies were asked, speaking of the Lilith Fair, if you just happened to swing that way, and we know you don't, but just in case you did, who would you want to scissor with? And the answer is Zooey Deschanel, a runaway for her also. Megan Fox came in second, 20% of the vote. All right, one of those big award shows last night on TV, the Academy of Country Music Awards. The big winners, those who didn't watch. Do that joke every year. It's still funny. Got some Idol news for you. Crystal Bauer sucks. I've been telling you she's going to win the whole thing. I have no doubt in my mind she's going to win the whole thing. But 2 weeks ago, she almost didn't win anything because she almost quit. Apparently, she was homesick for her small son. Also, the pressure of the show was starting to get to her, and so she was getting ready to pack her things and go home. and the Idol producers talked her out of it. In the meantime, tonight on Larry King, everybody from American Idol is going to be on the show, but I don't know, Larry's on the loose again, so Kara, I would watch it if I were you. Hell, if you're Ryan Seacrest, I'd watch it if I were you. Larry's on the loose again. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. We have a shot of the scoreboard at Busch Stadium from Saturday night. You might want to save it as a souvenir. Tomorrow, we have a story about a politician who may actually have done you some good. Maybe. And also, we have a little more to tell you about that FSN Midwest, that Fox Sports thing that's going to run on Friday night prior to the Cardinals-San Francisco game, 8 o'clock. It's about the rivalry between the Mets and the Cardinals in the 1980s. It includes the Mets or Pond Scum, and I'm going to be part of that special. It's 8 o'clock on Friday night. We'll have more to tell you about that tomorrow as we get ready for that show on Friday. In the meantime, that's JC's Daily Dose for Monday, April 19th, 2010. Tell your friends we're here at jcontheline.com. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.